All right, so listen, it's 5 a.m. Mountain Time, and of course, G-Space is already live on TikTok. I stumbled into the show, and right away, applause. Men are saying, wow, she hit it on the nail. She hit it. I don't even know what they were talking about. I think it was about what causes misogyny, but whatever that lady was saying, she had hit something and she had made all the men happy. And before you know it, G-Space is hitting the applause button over and over again. And she was definitely trolling. You can't tell me nothing. G-Space, you cannot tell me anything. Everyone was like, wow, wow, wow. And then suddenly G-Space started asking, wait, why is our gift still zero? Why is our gifting still zero? The men were not supporting with money. They liked what they heard, but they were not supporting with money. So G-Space goes back and reminds everyone about the day they talked about feminism. She said people were collecting coins left and right, 11,000 coins. But now nothing I'm willing to bet is because a bunch of extreme views were being supported with coins, possibly by people who can relate at a pain level. Maybe you think something should have happened now, but of course, I don't expect them to admit that they were in pain on social media, right? But something was hidden for the men. So G-Space goes, wait a second, people don't support folks in happy marriages. They rather support the ones who are single, unhappy, and not interested in marriage. And that's when something clicked. Something else entirely. I felt like I needed to share this with everyone. Let me be clear. Men don't actually want pick-mes. Newsflash, they don't. The same way women don't care for a man who talks from a symbology standpoint. They don't. If you want to make your point, but make sure you're not pandering. Here's why. There's a saying, opposites attract. Some say like attract like. But bottom line, to create sexual polarity, you don't need the same. You need opposites. And this happens on a subconscious level. If you don't get it, you will struggle. Yeah. Men might say, they want pick-mes, they love pick-mes, but they don't. It's not necessarily indicative by TikTok coins, but I just wanted to pull this out and put it out there. Now, this young lady that spoke, she's already married, so it's not even about her, but the example shows, at least reminds me to remind you, even when someone says exactly what men want to hear, at the end of the day, they'd rather engage with someone who disagrees, someone who debates. They don't like disagreeable, but they like disagreeable. They are attracted to it. Someone who doesn't align with them, they find that argument way more intriguing. And women do the same. We do the exact same thing. A woman might say she doesn't like toxic masculine men, but guess who she engages more? Exactly, the toxic masculine men, because it's more engaging. And guess what? That's okay. Well, not okay, but okay. That's just the way it works. The reason I like, it's very simple. I just wanted to push out here some self-awareness, because awareness is half the battle. One, if you at least know the truth about human nature, that's where, if you understand that we're drawn to opposites, then you're better off. You're in a better position to navigate conflicts. But if you stay in denial, you will just keep arguing with your destiny. You explain, tired. You get worked up. Then you become the toxic one, because you are spending all your time on the very things you say you don't like. This is irrelevant to feminism. You might get applauded by the side you speak to, but they don't necessarily want you, especially in the long run. Nobody's talking about that because they're all in denial, but I want to see to it. And you can flip the script from gender to gender, the same thing. It's about understanding human nature, knowing what drives attraction, and keeping clarity on what you want from life and relationship. It's not about rules or the cookie cutter solutions that social media tries to create. It's about self-awareness and knowing how to navigate the inevitable conflicts that your interactions will create. Sometimes getting you trapped in patterns that don't serve you, but you tend to be attracted to. So when I see people applauding but not supporting or engaging, or there's a disconnect or there's a hypocrisy, I don't get mad. I just see human nature. Human nature leads to conflict, chaos, and confusion as part of necessity to growth. With self-awareness, you can navigate it, stay aligned with what you want, while inevitably attracting who you are.